Art critique. Is there anything in particular you want me to focus on? Oh wait, I didn't read. Childhood scene. They're in the dome, city, outskirts, landfill, asking the composition and what I can improve on it to make it feel impactful. I kind of feel the hand for the guy Raymond is kind of weird. He hold the box kind of awkwardly. I thought that was intentional. What is the box though? Is the box like something important? Because he looks like he's holding it like super carefully. Is the crystal? Ah, no wonder. Yeah, I think that's okay. I honestly first thought it was like intentionally awkward because like it's something important inside. So far, the composition looks really great, to be honest. I would recommend giving them some sort of... there we go. See what I mean? It just feels different when they're apart. That's the thing with couple drawings. Or not really couple, but I mean drawings with two characters that are supposed to interact with each other. Maybe have her hand somewhere here instead. Honestly, if I were to draw this scene, I would have it so that she's like actually like leaning into her. For me, if you're drawing a scene where two characters are involved, it's always nice to convey the interaction between the two. They're like hanging out, right? In this dome thingy. And it's kind of like a special place for them too, right? I'm assuming, okay? I'm assuming it's like a place they come together and then maybe spend some time together. I mean, judging by her face. So what I'm imagining this could be is that the girl is a lot more like forward to the guy, while the guy is like the awkward type. So I like that you drew him in a posture that is stiff and like kind of awkward. So you want to create that dynamic, right? Oftentimes characters that jive well together have like contrast between their personalities. I'm not an expert when it comes to writing, but I at least know that. So when you have two characters with contrasting personalities, you want it to show in your drawing because it shows the characters better. If you show the character better, it also gives the storytelling better. So if I were to draw this, I would have the girl like actively leaning towards the boy, and you would see the boy like slightly being pushed to the opposite side of the girl as he picks up the box like awkwardly. Because right now you can't really tell if he's picking up the box or is he like holding onto it for quite a while now. It's hard to tell. So I would recommend to have it not right in front of him, but somewhere here, like a little bit on, like he's just about to take it. So maybe like hand here, make it look like he's just about to take it and just about to give it to her. It gives the scene motion. I know it's a still illustration, but it gives the illustration the scene motion. Actually, you can learn this a lot from classical arts. You know how older paintings of like important people and all those stuff, they do like a lot of gestures with the posture of whatever the subject is so that they could give good storytelling. Because it's hard to tell if the object is right in front of him, it feels stationary, it feels stable, right? But if the box is like tipped like this and it's on his left side, it gives you that like feeling that, you know, he's taking it from somewhere and taking it to her. Well, it could also be interpreted the other way, like he's putting it aside, but given the context of the story, I think they can tell. The point is, having something in front of you feels stable. This is stable. But having it on your side feels like it's not stable. It's imbalanced. And therefore, it gives them drawing direction. It gives the character something that he's doing actively. So it's an active pose compared to a passive pose. Do you get it? That's how you give life to your compositions. Here's another one. By what I mean for like active poses, yeah? You see how her feet here is like this? I mean, her legs is like that. That's a relaxed position. And if I were to want to convey her that she's leaning towards the boy, I would probably draw it so that the legs are kind of like this. And then the other leg would be like that. So that you can like have her body lean towards him, Kinda like that. You know, because you want to push that dynamic they have. You already have good characters. You already have good story behind it. The only thing that you lack is to actually show the story visually without animation. Which is honestly easier said than done. But yeah, if you want reference for this, you can actually like look up like super old paintings, especially paintings with a lot of people in it. And you can see how great the artists are back in the day when it comes to storytelling. Because even if it's a static painting, you can tell what they are doing. You can get a feel of what's going on in the scene. That's what I love about those paintings, man. Well, I'm not saying that having a gap between two characters is necessarily wrong, as long as you have the intention to do that. If you want the characters to feel distant, then sure, leave a space between them. It's basically communication. It's a visual way of communication, and your language is how you draw, colors, lines, gestures, all that stuff, composition, blah blah blah. And being a good artist is basically just being a good communicator, but in art, not verbally. What do you have in mind for lighting? I guess I'll give you like lighting suggestions. Because you have to establish where the sun is coming from. And since it's not in the background, I assume it's somewhere in front of them. Or it's either in front of them or it's behind this wall. Like maybe the sun is over here. Possible. The sun is above. Yeah, so maybe it's... Because it could be here, right? But it's not. So might be somewhere here, like somewhere above him. So if I were to choose like some lighting scene for this, and since it's noon, I would have it so that some of the pillars, the trusses, some of it would cast a shadow on them. I mean, it's not necessary, but I feel like it just looks great. And it gives you like a context clue for the background. So I maybe would do something like a cast shadow like this. But it wouldn't be so solid. It would be a little bit blurred and not too sharp because it's from a distance. So it's gonna be like shadow there. And then some of the box would be in the light. Here's another thing that I really like about those paintings, man. They use lighting to guide the viewer's eyes. Where the viewers would look, they often guide it with light. Well, first of all, you want them to look at the faces of the character, right? And especially this gesture, this boom. You wanna highlight that. And also their expressions, because as humans, our faces are probably one of the best tools we have to conveying our emotions and expressing ourselves, and that reflects to illustrations as well. So if I were to do this would be all in light. Really nice lighting there. And then I would have some cast shadow coming perhaps from one of the support beams or whatnot of the, or like the trusses from the dome. I don't know what they're called exactly. Yeah, I'll have it kind of like, yeah, kind of like that. It'll put much of this in shadow. But I'm gonna make it so that like the shadow is just in the right position that it hits some of the box, like maybe a corner of the box and some of his hand. The point is, you want to have part of the box in light. So what would happen is, as the viewer, you will look at the illustration. You will look at the illustration and you'll see this huge area that is lit up. You're gonna see their expressions. You're gonna have this maybe slight interpretation in your brain on what is happening. And then the next context clue will come in. You will see this box being slightly lit up and it's being dragged up from the shadow towards the girl. That's how you do storytelling, brother. That's how you storytell using lights and other random composition stuff. Oh my god, if you have two characters in an illustration, you have so many possibilities to like tell a story, and I love it. Unfortunately, I rarely get to draw two characters in an illustration. I mostly work on singles. Wasted potential. No. Unfortunate. Yeah, I hope that was helpful, man. Yeah, I feel like at this point in your drawing, it would be difficult to make those changes. But I hope that I'm able to impart to you some new learnings and knowledge that hopefully you will be able to apply it to your next illustration. Yeah, that's it. That's a wrap up.